Hi guys. So, I had to jump on here real quick. This might be an emotional one, but I'm cleaning out our basement. Don't mind my appearance. I haven't showered yet. I'm cleaning out our basement and I found a box of like Caylees' old stuff. And I found her medical records. I'm going to get really emotional on this one. So I found her medical records. And those of you that have been following me know that, in the past 2 years, I've gone down this whole journey of vaccines, and I stopped vaccinating Anya. And Lorianne, Max, stay on here because you'll appreciate this one. So I found Caylees' shot records and her medical records, and I'm going to try not to cry because I feel like an awful mom. But I want to tell you guys what I found and tell you not to ignore this stuff. You can see how upset it made me. Lorianne, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, Lorianne Mac. Okay, so I found Caylees' shot records. And she got all the shots that she was supposed to. She got her normal vaccines. And I guess time just goes by and you forget things. But I didn't realize how sick she was. Literally 3 times a month, we would be at the doctor with cough and fever and all this stuff. And sorry, Lorianne. But then when I started adding up the dates of the shots and I compared them to the dates of the appointments, every shot she got, within the next day or two, she was sick. I'm so emotional today. So I highlighted these so you guys could see. So October 2nd, 2009. October 2nd, 2009, parent request vaccine, because I went in to get the vaccines like I'm supposed to. And then October 9th, 2009, we were in there for an ear infection. October 14th, 2009, we were back because the ear infection hadn't cleared up. October 15th, we were back at the doctor. October 30th, and I'm sorry, the shot that she got, October 9th, was the flu shot. So October 30th, 2009, guess what? She's got the flu. We're being seen for the flu. I mean, it goes on and on and on. May 18th, 2009, we got the Hep A and the DTaP. Then later in that day, we were in the doctor's office, and she had cough, fever, and diarrhea. I didn't put this together. I didn't think anything of it, and not one of these medical professionals said, hey, you were in here this morning, your daughter was vaccinated, or, you were here a couple days ago, and your daughter was vaccinated. Nobody put two and two together for me, and I was 24 years old. I didn't know any different, and I didn't think to question any of this. I just kept going back and taking my kids to the doctor. And when I look through the records too of how many antibiotics she was on, every single visit she's on an antibiotic every time. Then January 2009, she had the flu again. And then December 19th, 2008, this was before then, she's in there for runny nose and a hoarse voice and a fever. And there was one of these in here where she had a UTI. She was 3 years old and had a UTI. No, Lorianne, I love you. Lorianne said, let it go, beautiful. You've learned, you've changed. That's all that matters. I know that, and I'm not doing this video for me. I'm doing this for the other moms that, are still not questioning things yet, and they're still vaccinating their children. And I don't want another mom, when they have an 11-year-old to come across medical records like this and be like, oh my God, why didn't I realize it? I want you guys to wake up and think about this. So Caylee today still, Anya's destroying my living room as I'm doing this. Caylee today still, we deal with some anxiety and she has ADHD and she's still sick a lot. That kid gets sick all the time. We actually are waiting blood test results right now for mono. She's always sick. And I look at Anya, who, Anya had vaccines through 4 months old. And then I realized all this and I stopped. And we get sick a lot in our house because there's so many kids and there's a lot of germs and everything that comes in. I have a really weak immune system. I have my own vaccine injury story from when I was 30. And I even then didn't put two and two together that I was injured by a vaccine. I just thought it was a normal reaction. And I didn't realize till Anya had a reaction and an injury that it was not okay. But, we get these sicknesses a lot, and everything that goes through our house, when the kids bring it in, I always catch it because my immune system's awful, and I'm working with an ND. Dr. Jerka Sweetnitch is amazing, and she's been doing a lot to help me. But I have to point out that Anya, every time the kids get strep or they get something going on, Anya gets the sniffles, or she gets a little warm, or she's a little clingy for a couple days, but she doesn't get sick. Anya has had 2 ear infections. Granted, I said she was vaccinated up to 4 months. She's had 2 ear infections, and she's never been on an antibiotic. Like, this child is 2 and has never taken anything other than, Tylenol before I learned better, and Motrin. She's never had an antibiotic. She's never had, the kids, we've had strep in our house to the point where one of my bonus kids had their tonsils out last year. And so everyone was cycling through strep, and her healthy little immune system, she never got it. She got the sniffles, and she kind of didn't feel good, and she might have got a little warm, but she never gets sick like the rest of our kids do. And so that's why I want to share this. That's why I'm hopping on here. This is a real me. This is me being vulnerable and sharing this with you guys. And, I get in a lot of fights about vaccines, and a lot of people, I had a guy using vulgar language with me, recently, and I had a girl that was a friend of my sister's that I've known since she was a baby tell me that I was ridiculous and call me garbage because I don't vaccinate my kids. And, I got attacked in a mom's group recently, and people just don't, you're so scared of what you don't understand. And I was that way too. I was that mom that, up till Anya, I was that mom that said, if you don't vaccinate your kids, you're crazy and you're reckless. And I was like, oh my God, those anti-vax moms, and keep my kids away from them. And I thought that because that's what I had been taught to think. And then one day I had a child have a reaction, and my whole world changed, and it made me think differently and follow my own gut, and not, Erica said, people are so oblivious, you just follow the doctors. I was oblivious for a very long time. And even with my younger children, or my older children, we ate really healthy, and we did a lot of vitamins, and we did a lot of the stuff I do now. The difference was the vaccines, and I just followed what I thought I was supposed to do. So I'm never going to stop talking about it. I'm never going to stop sharing these stories. Every story I share, every post I share, the dangers of vaccines, every time a mom wakes up and realizes that and messages me, it just shows me that I have to keep pushing on, and I have to keep talking about this and being real. So if anyone has any questions about vaccines or wants to know places to start looking, or anything, please reach out. I will share a link in the comments of this with my story. I actually wrote a blog about what happened with Anya and how our story, went, and what led me down this path, and, connecting to a few strong women like Lorianne and Megan Kendall, and they were a few of the moms in the beginning. My Aunt Carol, they were a few of the people that in the beginning I kind of attached to, and they answered my questions, and they gently guided me, and they told me where to look, and now I get to be that mom, and that's awesome, and I love that. There's so many women that message me because they've seen my posts, and they've started researching and realized that, their child had a reaction that wasn't normal, or that they needed to question this more. And so I'll never stop sharing. And if you're on my page and you don't like my posts and me talking about vaccines, then you probably should find the unfriend button, because I'm not going to stop. And on that note, I'm being summoned by a very feisty 2-year-old. Oh my goodness. We are having a meltdown because she can't open the basement door. If you wanted to know what my life was like, this is a glimpse into my life. Anya, say hi. Okay. On that note, I hope you all have a great day. And if this touched any of you, please leave a comment, and let me know your story, or let me know how this touched you, or just anything. And I hope you guys all have a great day.